juridical system, education, banks, everything is in this moment very solid in Chile. Here we have more or less another information about what Chile exports. You know. You can have an idea. Most of the exportation, I repeat you, are for natural, like fruits, chemical products, trout sports. It's competed in different markets. Chile exporting in this moment, of course, to the region for natural reason, you know, it's geographical reason. We export to Argentina, Brazil, and to United States. But also we export to the Asia. We belong to the APEC, to that forum. So we export a lot to China, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, and also we export to Europe as well. So we try to diversify our exportation. And we have a lot of trade agreements, free trade agreements. You can see all this one. And I think Chile is one of the first country in the world that has many of these free trade agreements, because it is accepted by the rest of the world, because Chile has very good, what I show you, a solid government, a solid economy, and for example, if any foreign investor want to go to Chile, has a very clear rules. It's called Decree 600. That was written in 1976, when Chile wanted to bring to Chile investor. So if an investor wants to go and Chile say, I have money, what can I do? It says, you want to invest in this, you will take the money wherever you want, your money will respect, you can take this one. So that's been clear since 1976. So for us, it's a good picture in front of the world if somebody wants to invest in our country. And of course, Turkey is one of our partners in that way. So last year, you know, in July, we signed a free trade agreement between Chile and Turkey. It was signed in Santiago in July. Minister Shanala went there, and this year must be ratified in our parliament and also in the Turkish parliament. So we hope that with this agreement, we can improve our trade relation, you know, because, you know, there is a large list of products from both sides, from both countries, that don't pay any tariff, so they can enter in Turkey or in Chile without tariff, so it will be very cheap to buy those ones. Only for your information, what is the trade between Chile and Turkey? So more or less that was that we exported in 2009, and these are what we exported those. You can see again there are more natural resources, more than elaborated products. I think that's all.
That's all.
That's all. So I'm open to answer any question or to talk about. Yes, please.
I was just curious, how is the relation between Chile and the Mercosur, or the Mercosur and Chile, I mean, how they are affecting each other politically and economically?
Can I answer first?
No, I will add to that.
Okay.
If you could, you know, a little bit mention to U.S. participation in Pinochet's regime and, you know, Chicago boys technocrats.
Yeah.
Because they said that, you know, Pinochet regime was
let's go first for this one. Well, at the beginning it was very difficult for Chile, because Chile in 1973 belonged to the Andes.
Andean.
How it's called?
Andean?
Yeah, there was another.
Aladi.
No, Aladi is older now. When that's it.
Lafta.
Huh?
There's Lafta.
No, Andes. There was well, there was a group of countries like was Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Colombia. They belong to all the Andes, and of course they had like an agreement. They say we will treat the foreign investment very tough, And when came the 1973 coup, they say no. So at the beginning it was very difficult to have this relation with the rest of the country. Say, well, you were in our side, now you are in that side. Well, sorry. With this position, treating very bad the foreign investment, we were not developing. So finally, we were accepted with this policy. And the same happened now, for example, with the Mercosur. In Mercosur, they still have very high tariff, and Chile have very low. Saying, sorry, we can't be member of the Mercosur because our policy is to have very low tariff. So in this moment, Chile is associated member of Mercosur, but it's not full member of Mercosur.
Does Chile have an intention to become a member of the Mercosur in the future? Because
Well, no. Chile has not an intention. At least they put low tariff, and we can talk the same language, if we can say that. I can tell you, I don't want to say very, so very attitude, No, we are well in this moment. Why will go to Mercosur with all these problems that they have within the Mercosur? They don't agree sometimes between the Argentina, the Uruguay, and the Brazilian about the tariff about the foreign products. Now about the Pinochet and the Chicago boys. Well, I was telling you in my presentation, when the military forces took power in Chile, they realized immediately that the policy that was implemented by the socialist government was not good. So they said, what can we do? So there were some Chileans that were studying in the University of Chicago. There were most of them economists, and they were called to collaborate with the military government. So they implemented this kind of Friedman policy, that open economy, privatization of big companies, reduce the fiscal deficit, and those days the military government could implement it very well. Why? Now here's the answer. When you have a military government, nobody can say no. So when the military government say, we will stop this thing, of course there was some demonstration, but immediately the soldier went to the street and they dissolved this manifestation or this. So that's the reason that could work it well, but at very high cost. That's the reason I mentioned there was a lot of human violations. Sir?
Thank you for this informative overview, but I was going to ask you, well, some details probably can supply about the demographic situation. For example, what is the population in Chile, but especially this very impressive increases in per capita income I found remarkable. Could you tell us what is the birth rate and population growth per year? And another point which interests me very much, as far as I am informed, but probably everybody knows also, we have in Latin America this problem between the indigenous populations and the descendants of settlers or European immigrants and so on. So this situation, do we have the same problem in Chile? And if you have it, how does it compare with the situation in neighboring countries? So rather this political aspects of the situation
the population in Chile is around 16 million, 16 million people. And the rate is in, the last information that I got is, was 2.6 something per family, you know, something like that. And what was the other question? Sorry.
Indigenous
Indigenous, yeah. Yeah.
Many underdeveloped countries or so-called developing countries, we have a problem because we have a very fast-growing population. That explains also why the increase, per capita increase cannot be so spectacular because population increase is too large. So in many European countries, population hardly increases, so that you have different statistics. So I would like to know whether Chile is rather as a type
Yes.
of
Well,
country more European than Latin American, probably.
that's true what you're saying, that I can say Chile, Argentina, and Uruguay are more or less the same. So the increase of the population is very low. And I think, as I told you, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile has a very big middle class, I would say. And that is very important because middle class give you like a very stabilization for the society. Middle class, you know, I'm not a socialist. Middle class is very conservative sometimes because the middle class is the people who has very hard to get what they have. They have to work, they have to study, and they have their position. So when you reach that level as a middle class, you don't want to lose that position, you don't want to lose what you got it already. So in Argentina and Chile and Uruguay, the middle class is bigger. So that gives you some stability in the country. And the other thing is that you mentioned that the same, that in Uruguay and Argentina and Chile, we have a small indigenous population. In Chile, we have in the south of Chile, we have called the Mapuches. And they were integrated in our society, but with the new trends, they want to be more independent, they want to be more autonomous, and they want that our society recognize them as very, very autonomous group. I think in my veins, I have blood from Spanish and indigenous. Chile was a mixture of Spanish colonizers and the indigenous people. So I'm products from that one. But other people, especially the Mapuche, they try to keep their own culture and they are demanding. Well, we accept it. Now, different other countries like in Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador. I served in Ecuador. In Ecuador, I think around 60 or 70% of the population are indigenous. And they want to keep their own culture. What is their own culture? The potato. And they live with the potatoes. They don't want nothing with the globalization. They don't want nothing with the new rules of the economy. So that's the reason for those countries, for those governments, it's very difficult to develop their own countries because they have this group of the society, indigenous, they want to keep their own culture. So it's very difficult. So that makes the difference between, I can tell you, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, respect to Chile. Brazil is a huge country. They have differences. So I don't know if I give you an answer to that.
May I ask